mystery mask. Waiting for people to walk in. Caught somebody's attention there, huh? And more. Hi there. Who is there? Let me see. Well, here's me in normal mode. Just waiting for you to come in there. So, Francisco. Hola, ¿qué tal? Welcome. Good to see you there. ¿Todo bien? So we're just gonna wait a few seconds here, and hey, good to see everybody there. Hey, from Nepal, good to see you. Hola, Francisco. Nice to see you all. Everybody's safe. So I'm greeting you from France. So Testa Francia. Hello, Nepal. Good to see you all. I have some more people adding to the list. Who is actually there? Here we go. Hi there, Miltos. Good to see you, Miltos. I hope you're all safe and happy in Greece there. So we are sort of pre-launching our podcast. And I just wanted to have a little chat about the podcast. I hope you've had a chance to see it. Just giving a chance for people to come in. So basically, for those who don't know me, I'm Ragnar Fredriksson, Managing Director of World Chefs. Hola, Francisco. Sí, muy bien, gracias. ¿Y tú? Tú también. Giuseppe. Hello from Italy. And Eric, long time no seen. Miltos, very good. I hope you're well, Miltos. Good to see you. We'll miss you all, guys, at the Congress. Jenny, hey! Wow, I just left your part of the world, Jenny. I just came back from Bali yesterday, where I was stuck for a whole month. But now I'm back in France. Viva la France. And confined in my home. Joanna from Poland. Hey, nice to see you all. So as I was just saying, we launched our podcast. It's been, in the birth for quite a while. Hi, Mert. Hi to Turkey. And Gabriella. Nice to see you all. So great to see you all joining. Hey. Really good, really good. Yeah, you too, Miltos. You stay safe as well, hope you had a time to listen to the podcast. As I said, the podcast is something been in our plans for about a couple of years, but we didn't sort of kick off. Now, as you all know, with this situation, we have cancelled our Congress in Russia. It was a good decision to make because it just isn't safe. Things are not going to get any better, and our industry is definitely not in any shape or form to start organizing congresses now in so soon as end of July this year. So now we had to cancel the Congress. Really sad, and which means that I won't be able to see you all. But we decided to take a sort of a different turn there and really put all our efforts into the social media. We've been developing quite a lot over the years, some more online presence and social media presence. And so the podcast is sort of another one to that. Thank you, Miltos. Same to you, man. Cosimo, welcome. Where is Cosimo now? Are you in Brazil? Ulla, nice to see you. Greetings to Finland. Great to see you all. Yeah, so as I was saying, podcast Sigrun, Franka, Sæl. Kveðja til Íslands. Greetings to Iceland there. So, our podcast, did you have a chance to check it out? Because what the idea here is to bring you every week some global insights into what is happening in the hospitality industry. And I can tell you right now, there is some hurricane hitting our industry. In episode 1, speaking to Thomas Kugler, our president, and Andy through the cancellation of the Congress and just ensuring people that World Chefs is still going to be strong and we're going to be there with you. And this podcast, our webinars, our online seminars and Facebook Live, this is ways that we're going to continue to talk to you all, inform you, and sort of keep a unity within the community. Hey, Sarah from Pakistan. Hassan, good to see you. Suti Singh, welcome all. Adnan, good to see you as well. Welcome. So now what is really the main key issues now is coronavirus is not just killing people, but it is really hurting the industry. And I can tell you, you all felt it, that there's hardly any restaurant open around the world anymore. Some takeaway, some delivery service, and mainly those who are working hard are those who are feeding the hospitals, feeding the centers, feeding in big canteens to keep the people that are in the front line running. Apart from that, you can't really operate in any good manners. But one day this will all be behind us, and that was a really interesting discussion with our friend Paul Sorgul. Paul Sorgul is an awarded educator and a consultant, and has been blogging and talking a lot about what will happen after this. We will never go back to normal the way we used to. So the content of the discussion was the future starts today. When we finally open up again. Hi from Iloilo. Nice to see you. Winson. I love Iloilo. And what will the world look like when we open again? And it's nobody really knows. But there are a lot of think tanks and brainstorming happening, and definitely what we know is things will not be as they used to be. I guess the major things in people's minds is that we're going to have to assure customers that they are safe to come to restaurants again. That could take some time before actually they feel safe to come back to restaurants again. So communication, well, before this whole thing happened, it was a place for joy and it's a theater of, we sell dreams. While we're going to have to go back to very basic stuff as saying, well, you come in these doors, we have all the hygiene and safety standards, and you will be safe with us, which will actually put a lot of constraints on the way we look. Hi, Charles. My man, Charles. Good to see you from Houston. And Charles, who was our past president of World Chefs and one of our favorite podcasters, if you check out Charles Carroll podcast. And he also has a lot of these interviews and from different people with different thoughts of what will actually be the future of the restaurant industry. And definitely for sure that, we're going to have to respect the social distancing and the hygiene and the sanitation factor. It's going to change the facilities, needs of facilities in a restaurant. Everything from when we receive the goods in-house, how we separate the packaging from the goods, to store them, where we, for the staff, clothing to change, to work, the hygiene, and finally the guests, distance between tables, waiters with masks. How are we going to sell the dream while actually we are sort of having to behave in any way that is contrary to the concepts that we're running, where we want to be close to people and have them feel like home. So it's going to be a different mindset altogether. Yeah, Cristina Garcia from Philippines, welcome. Katura, good to see you. Yeah, I agree. Let's work together and we pump back strongly. Yeah. Recommendations, Douglas. Glad you asked there. And we had a lot of very good recommendations from Paul Sorgul. I was just mentioning earlier to reassure our customers that safety is there. There are also ways to maybe get business up and running again through addressing consumers' needs that might have changed. And that could be to more of delivery of even medium range or high and gastronomy, delivery of certain components of the meal. Let's say just delivery of like you often seen in Lebanese restaurants or others. You buy the hummus, you buy the aubergine, you buy certain components to deliver home, and people sort of maybe assemble in their own home with different things that they might be buying. Another one is actually another idea is to if you have connections with your farmers, specialty products, is to actually be the intermediary through your own purveyors to get access to consumers. So basically, hi Charles, Cornelia, welcome to the show. I was just given some recommendations, and actually I'm sort of picking Paul Sorgul's hat on that recommendation from Paul Sorgul, who was a part of our second podcast. And if you check it out, the podcast, and listen to the recommendations that he's giving, and also trying to give a sort of an insight what things might look like after opening, after the coronavirus has gone past. How much time that will take, nobody really knows. But one thing is for sure, one day we will have to open again. People are going to have to go out again, but probably to a different world. And so let's be prepared for that. And those who are prepared are those who will seize the opportunities and make sure that their businesses will be up and running again. Gary, nice to see you. Good to see you again. Long time. Stay safe. For those of you who are joining, really happy to see so many people joining here. And don't hesitate to ask your questions. As I said, I'm Ragnar, your host for the new World Chef podcast, World on a Plate. And I was just saying the idea here is to bring to you all the key issues of the hospitality industry to a global audience. And we're going to have top chefs from around the world. So it's going to be a very global oriented with experience from around the world, and addressing the great membership of World Chefs, which is 110 countries, hundreds and thousands and millions of chefs around the world. So to see how we can get through this together, the coronavirus, and how we're going to survive after this, and what are the newest trends and technologies that we'll be eyeing in the future. Another really interesting, and I would like to talk more about next episode is. For all the chefs who are now, let's say, not operational in the restaurants, I can see a lot of them are doing great things in society. There is so much that can be done, and chefs always have been. And we'll have one of our own board member, Domenico Maggi, who is cooking with his kids, and we made him into our food hero, our own food hero, as a sample of how you can be spending the time with your own family, with your grandchildren, your children, around simple recipes, family recipes, and also to inspire others. We did actually. There was a question earlier, recommendations for the future, and that is probably one of the. I was talking about consumer changes and what are consumers going to be expecting in the future. Consumers are probably going to be very concerned about their health. They're concerned about the environment, because we've seen the impact of the environment from the since the lockdown of the COVID, and so we'll be looking into also probably a more community-based restaurant, so from more that it's the closeness to your food, the recipes, the culture. People are going to be sort of looking more within their own community, and the restaurant should reflect that need for comfort. There's also need for sanitation, the need for health, and respect to nature. So yeah, check all that out in the episode 2 with Paul Sorgul. And as I was saying, what can we be doing now if we're not actively running our restaurants? We can be doing so many good things, and one of them is actually, I see a lot of you guys helping out in the hospitality environment, to feeding those who are in the front line, the health staff. A lot of are sharing their recipes, healthy family recipes, to inspire others, inspire through cooking. And this is really the power of the white jacket, what we can achieve. And I think, and I hope that, when all this is gone by, behind us, that we go back to a community that is more thoughtful about not just their own family, but the people around them, your employees, your customers, the environment in general. That maybe we sort of this has allowed us to take a breath and reflect a little bit on what is actually worth and what is actually meaningful in life. So anyway, that I'm going to reflect more on that in next episode, actually, and I will have some surprises for you there to join us to talk about that. How you can be managing your time during these difficult periods, and what chefs can be doing in the future as well to sort of support communities, as we have been doing through World Chef Without Borders, or through our Feed the Planet projects, such as Like a Chef, where we've been training people out of poverty, people that are underprivileged, to allow them to access basic education, get a job, and I hope for a career path. So these are the things that I think within the chefs community we can be taking a lead on these things, and because we cannot wait for governments to act. It's actually us and ours to act, every single one of us, and so really proud what has been happening over the last years in the world chefs and the chef communities. And I think this also will just help us to have more buy-in from corporates, from sponsors, from governments, from regional councils, to help us in helping others. So on that note, I really want to also thank our main sponsors. Nestle Professional is sponsoring the podcast, and I really want to thank them for all their belief in what World Chef is doing, and their efforts over so many years to support our social activities and humanitarian activities as well, such as International Chef's Day, and which is another example of how we can be making a difference in society. So sidetracking a little bit from the podcast, but really sort of talking about potential ways and discussions we should be having in the future, and what I'm going to be bringing to you in future podcasts. All of what you said. Also, I really want to invite you to listen to our episode 1 with Thomas Googler, with Andy Cuthbert, episode 2 with Paul Sorgul, where we're talking about the potential future, what will the future look like when we start reopening potentially, and then we'll build on that with trends and stories and inspiration for all of you. So yeah, Winston, be brave, man. Yeah, and we'll all get through this together. That's correct. The white jacket will prevail. Sajid, nice to see you from Cotton, Pakistan, our partners. And Eric, very nice to see you. I hope the Piano de Chef in Champagne is going to open soon. Sajid, very good to see you. I'm very well. I hope you're keeping well too. For those who just joined us, I'm Ragnar, Managing Director of World Chefs, and I'll be your host for the World Chef podcast, World on a Plate. I'm just going through. Now, if you sign up, please go and subscribe and give us a rating. Hope you give us a good rating. But do subscribe, because we're going to give away gifts to those who are subscribed. And every week there are going to be a different gifts, and every month we'll have something bigger to offer for our lucky listeners. So please do, and follow us. And great to see all these people coming in. No, Lemia, great to see you. Ulla, hello from Finland. Francis, very nice to see you all, guys. And miss you very much. Heartbreaking that I couldn't see you at the Congress, and we couldn't all meet at the Congress. But hey, this is the life as it is today. So one of the reasons why this podcast is now so important, and do visit our webinars. We organized a sustainability education seminar online, a webinar. We had over 600 people that participated in the whole 7 days of seminars, and they will get a certificate in the form of badge. So a badging certificate means that you collect it online, and you can share that in your LinkedIn account or your Hostco account, on your World Chef account, or in your social media. So it's going to follow you all through your life span as a skills development, which is great, because this is what we need to be doing while we getting ready to get future proof when things open up again. Is you, chef, individually. So many of you do not know what type of job you're going to get back to. So we can also reflect and think of using this time wisely, and we will get back to that in the podcast, what you can do to enhance your skills. So you would be future proof when things start opening up again. Get certification, get learning, and to have a better idea of what is important to be able to show to recruiters at the time when reopening starts. Francis, proud of you, man. So you finished all 7 days of the interactive platform, and I hope you liked it. I was following it through Facebook, actually. I didn't sign up to the test, but I saw it was great to follow Chris Kutke. He did a great job. He's such a good talker as well, and it was so mind-blowing. It's such an eye-opener, the education seminar, and all that brought for you for free from World Chefs. So hey, to you all chefs, please take advantage of that. These are the sort of things that will help you get a better understanding of I was going to say opportunities in the future. It's actually educate yourself, and it'll help you open your eyes and be open to new opportunities. Is what is going to be needed when we get over all this COVID-19. Ellie, thank you very much for the good comments, and I'll bring that forward to Chris. Yeah, he's a great man. Thank you, Francis. I will definitely bring that feedback to my friend Chris Kutke. And we're going to have other webinars. We're going to have other shows for you. We're working really hard right now. I don't want to give too much information beforehand, but do actually tune in. Make sure you have signed up to your World Chef account. Simply go to worldchef.org and open your account, and you will receive our news, and we'll let you know what new webinars are in the pipe, and when they are going to happen. You can go to World Chef Academy if you want to sort of refresh some of your knowledge. It's great for those who are actually in school, those who are students that are now been locked out of their schools. You don't want to lose all that you learn, so get a little refreshment course. Take our World Chef Academy online online education. It's a complete pre-commie chef culinary education free of charge to everybody in the world. And so we're going to launch it soon in Spanish, Portuguese, Arabic, and Italian. A little bit later in the year in Chinese. So you know. But English version is there. Brandon, good to see you, man. I hope you're all good in Ireland. Actually, I was just talking to you 2 days ago, so I know you're good. So Singa, yeah, thank you for the feedback. Chris did a really good job. We're really proud of him. And so, as I said, over 600 people are now claiming their digital badges. Digital badging is something really interesting as well. Digital badging is something that we've been working with City and Guilds and Credly, a company that is based in the Silicon Valley. We strongly believe this is going to be the future of certifications. You know, instead of taking and receiving these paper certificates for X seminars or continuous learning that you're doing, instead of that, you have all this registered in this global platform. When you just go up and you claim the badge that you've earned by taking a seminar such as a sustainability education, you claim the badge and you import that into your account. And with that, you can share that in your social media and your Facebook, LinkedIn, you name it, even in the World Chef account in the future, we'll be able to do that. And then, you can also see what impact that will have in terms of reach, where employers can see, other colleagues, peers. And it'll stay in your CV through your whole lifespan. You can always collect it on the same platform, but you can share it in your LinkedIn account, under your skills, under the skills and certification. So it's a really powerful tool, and one of these things that are happening in our world with World Chefs. So yeah, we'll be bringing all that to you, all the new features that we're working on right now, in order to bring more learning to you. Waiting for markets to open again, waiting for competitions to start again, all the events, all the competition at the culinary shows, our congress, seminars, judging seminars. We have our competition seminars for young people who want to be better competitors, or for those who just want to learn those who want to become certified judges. We have these seminars now in the hot kitchen, in pastry, in carving, community catering, and now most recently in vegan, which is a growing trend, and what we're going to be focusing a lot more in our advocacy in the future is vegan cooking. So we're, as I said, staying ahead of the curve and always bringing the latest to you, our members. So again, do sign up to our World Chef account if you haven't, at worldchef.org. Do subscribe to our podcast, and lucky listeners will be receiving a giveaway. Irina Efremova, nice to see you. Aurora, very good to see you as well. You need help to heat, please send us an email if you need help with downloading the lecture. Send an email to our office and we'll help you out. Yeah, thank you, Chef, for being inspired. Really good to see that so many of you were following the sustainability education seminar. It was really, really great. I loved it myself, actually. I was really happy with it. And so much good feedback. Yeah, and I will say thank you to Miss Lind. Thank you so much. She will be very happy to and pleased to hear that. She's been working so hard to get these seminars up and running, and we have a team at the office. We have a team of 8 people now on the projects, the different webinar projects, social projects, all the communication, the marketing, the seminars, as I mentioned. So it's a great team that is there working for you at the World Chef office in Paris. And Suren, my friend, very nice to see you, and greetings to Sri Lanka. Hopefully, we can have you on our show as well pretty soon. I hope you were able to listen to the podcast from with Paul Sorgul, and I know that Suren with Dilmati in Sri Lanka, our very strong partners there, that have been so active with helping their own society, the people in the country, on different social projects, ever from the beginning of time, when Merrill started the company. And so much respect to all of you. My proudest moment is being a part of opening your culinary school for underprivileged people in your country, and getting them all up to standards, and placing them at the big 5-star hotels in Colombo. So really this sort of partnership that has a meaning to us. So with the Dilmati not just being a top-class product that we are so proud to be using, but also a family company with that really has that psychology, that vision of social entrepreneurship. So yeah, thank you, Søren. So we'll be dialing you in at some point as well. So yeah. For those you who are joining us, just having a little chat about the launch of World Chef Podcast, World on a Plate, and every week we're gonna bring new chefs to you. We're gonna look at what is happening in the hospitality industry and the culinary industry, all the trends and all that. That you need to be focusing on in the future, or how to improve yourself in your profession, in your career. This is what we're going to be bringing to you. And Chef Hassan, applying to be a master chef, please have a look into the worldchef.org education global certification. And we have a handbook for every level of the career path of a chef, all the way up to master chef. Read these handbooks really carefully, because the master chef level actually does have a lot of strong, high requirements. And usually you would need to go through the executive chef before that, unless you are a part of that fast-tracking possibilities. But read those handbooks. It's all online. And if you have any problem, please send us an email at office@worldchefs.org. Send us an email and we'll reply you in written. It's going to be easier. Yeah. So greetings to Nepal. We have a lot of great members in Nepal as well, and I know Nepal is a good example of. You had a terrible earthquake a few years back, and this is just another example of when the chefs get together and helping out. We had our team there, World Chef Without Borders, with Wilm and Leong, and the chefs pulling together, using the power of the white jackets to help societies. This is what it's all about, and I guess the need has never been greater, and it will be a great need for the coming years, at least next 1 or 2 years. We're going to go through a lot of challenges in different parts of societies. I mean, one thing is that economy is going bust, but people are dying still and getting sick. And what is even scary on the long term is that people are, when they're losing their jobs, it's not just an economy disaster, but it's also a livelihood of millions, if not billions, of families. And they need to work to provide for their families, to get food on the table. So humanities need to have to come together, and the chefs have a role to play, and that's the power of the white jacket. And so I'm really, really proud of being in this position with World Chefs, with a great team, with the board of directors, President Thomas, the executive committee, 200 volunteers that are giving their time in different committees on social projects like World Chef Without Borders or Feed the Planet, International Chef's Day, just to mention a few. And all that is pulling chefs together to help society, to help the young people also in their career path through our education and competition committees. is really to have a unity amongst chefs and see how the chefs can have an impact on society and a role to play to make society better on a human level and also environmental level. So yeah, that's really what World Chef is about. That for me is the core of World Chefs is that unity, and so I'm so really proud to see you all here on this live Facebook. Majed, very nice to see you. Majed from Syria. I hope you're all good in Dubai. Majid, who is the president of Syria Chef Association, probably scared for your people as well. I can imagine, Majid, your family who might be in Syria still. I know that many of you are safe in Dubai at the time being, and just want to highlight all the great job that you are doing as well. A good example for all of us. Good to see you, Majid. And so that was a little bit of a spin-off from the discussion initially about welcome to World Chef Podcast. And I guess it's also a little bit of what I want to be bringing to you and bringing some of that heart of World Chefs to you and also helping you to reach your goals and inspiration for you through the invited speakers that we're going to have. Some great speakers, great chefs, industry leaders, and we want to bring them to you. And this is our goal with our podcast. It's really just to be still talking to our people around the world. Hola Rodrigo, buenos días a Colombia. ¿Todo bien? Hello Tushar in India, very nice to see you. So at any time if you feel there are topics that you would like to have, so don't hesitate to write me, email me, or text us through our WhatsApp, our Facebook channels. You can text us there. You can send us an email. office@worldchefs.org is the official email. So do feel free to come with input and ideas of what you want to have. Can you have a World Chef cap? Yeah, Francis, I must take note. First cap. Have you subscribed and rated us? Give us a 5-star rating, and I will see what influence I can have into when I pull that name out of the hat. Good one, Chef. Yeah. So, Shirari, hello, Chef. How are you doing? So please, have a listen to our podcast, the first 2 episodes, and do as I said, please subscribe, and you will be able to put your name in a list to receive a beautiful gift, as Francis mentioned, the chef's cap. And every month we're going to have a bigger gift to hand out. Stig Julesen, Stig, welcome on this little chat box. We're talking about the World Chef Podcast, World on a Plate. So for those who just joined, I'm Ragnar, your host for the podcast. Go to worldchef.org/podcast and check out our first 2 episodes. Great episode with Thomas Gugler, our president, and second episode with Paul Sorgul. Really sort of talking about what is the future, what could the future look like in the hospitality industry when we get out of the COVID-19. Nobody really knows for sure, but there are a lot of ideas and thoughts on the table. So good to be aware of. And Harald, very nice to see you. Harald from our World Best Pans in Germany. So I guess Germany is now going in deconfinement, and glad to see that you're all safe. It was great to see you at the ICA in Germany, in Stuttgart earlier this year, and too bad we won't be seeing you at the Congress. But here we have the podcast, and Harald is one of these one of our great partners who has developed top class pans that we are using in all our competitions, and we're really proud to bring the best equipment, the best products to our competitions for our young competitors to use. So AMT is one of those. AMT, World's Best Pan, is Harald's own baby, and really the results are amazing compared to a cheaper alternatives. Yeah, so Soundarajan, good to see you. And greetings to India. Rita, where are you, Rita? Are you in Norway? Heia Norge. Rita Elin Nøstel, heia til Norge. Mahendra, nice to see you. And good to see you all on this show. So, yeah, again, as I was saying, to repeat myself a little bit, as new people are coming on board, sign up to our podcast. The idea of this podcast is that we will be bringing top chefs, industry leaders to you, and sort of give you insights into the main key things happening in the hospitality industry at every time, from different angles, from different people, really to give you the update, the trends and inspiration for your business, for your career, for your own personal development. Also inspiration to how to help others in society. In World Chefs, we have the World Chef Without Borders, the Feed the Planet programs that actually you can also volunteer to. Santarajan, really nice to see you, and I know that you've been so active in our association and have done so much giving back to society in India. It's just what I was saying. This is what we need more of. Unite the chefs. Use the power of the white jacket to unite the chefs and show what we can do and what role we have to play in society to help communities through these difficult times, and also in the future. They're going to be a long time before we go back to normal. So let's do like we've always been doing in World Chefs. We have an impact in society, and it's going to be the most important thing. Then of course we have to go back to business. Business is important. Without business, we don't have a profession. So we're going to have to open business again. We're going to have to be awake for new consumer needs, new food and sanitation needs, hygiene. There's going to be cost involved in this. It's going to separate those who are serious from those who do not have the necessary skills to operate a restaurant operation in a hygienic, safe manner. So let's be on top of it. Let's make sure that we are getting the information. We are on top of things. Donald, good to see you coming. Greetings to Canada. We're just talking about what the future of restaurant industry might look like, and that how important that is that we are on top of things, that we are informed and know that what is expected from us, from society, from consumers, when it comes to risk, health, and safety. And that's a part of episode 2 with Paul Sorgul. We go quite a lot into that, but also on society, what we need to do for society to help our fellow colleagues, our fellow countrymen, and our fellow humans, wherever they might be in the world, that are suffering. And there will be terrible times to go through yet, when people are not just losing their lives, they are losing their lives, sick, losing their jobs, their livelihood to put food on the tables. So all this is a part of what World Chef is and what we're going to be talking about. Also, at some point we're going to go back to culinary. And what are the consumers' expectations on the culinary side as well? It could be changing. We could see consumers wanting to have increased focus on their own communities. So the local sourcing, they want safety, they want comfort. So community-based food, community-based restaurants, but also health, security, health. We're talking about vegan. We're talking about not just health, but sustainability. How are we treating our environment? These are going to be concerns, consumer concerns in the future, even more so in the years, I would say, accelerated by this epidemic. Hei, Petter Markussen. Hilsen til Tromsø i Norge. Greetings to Tromsø, Norway, on the top of the world. I guess you're getting soon close to midnight sun period. And I'm pretty sure you're all staying safe up in the north of Norway, because you've been doing quite well in any case. And up there north in Tromsø, I guess social distancing is not the hardest thing to do. Very small population, but I hope you're all safe, and I hope you'll be opening up soon. Get your restaurants up and running. And greetings, Patrick. Greetings to Dublin. Thank you for the comment on the podcast. Yeah, so really, everybody, thank you for being here on this Facebook Live, and don't hesitate to come with any questions, or if you have input or topics that you might want to see in the future. This is your podcast. For those who just arrived, I'm Ragnar, your host for World Chef's new podcast, World on a Plate. How are you, Soon? Soon from Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur. My great friend, Soon. Very good to see you there, Charles. Thank you very much for your comment on the podcast. As I said, we have 2 episodes in the box, and we're going to have a new episode every week. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Every week. And the first episode with Thomas Googler, we go through the situation, why we need this podcast. Is we canceled the Congress, we cannot meet in person, but we are very dedicated to bring to our members the message, the input, the learning, the professional development. So the podcast is one of the tools we have. Many other tools we're putting in place now, webinars, sustainability education webinar that we have now launched a week ago, and it's still available on Facebook. You can go through the videos. But over 600 people followed the whole 7 days of the seminars and got the certification. I mentioned this earlier, but I don't know. I see a lot of new people are coming on board, so I'm repeating myself a little bit now, but I hope you don't mind.